I mean, I'm kind of digging this lens, but I feel like my face is just too big. Like I'm right in your face right now. Is this too big? Let me know. I'm gonna flip back to my other lens for this video. Let me know what you think about this setup. Am I too in your face? Let me know. Drinking out of glass, but I don't eat. Hello everybody, it's Mel here. Welcome back once again to my channel, Pebbles and Peach. Today I have for you guys, finally, I said I was going to do this like ages ago, like I think vlogs ago. I'm going to sit down and go through with you guys how much a month costs of living the van life, at least the way that we live van life. Give you guys a bit of an idea of what we spend and how we do it, and maybe how you can bring that into your own van life, or if you're just starting your van life. If you've been here a long time, like since before even the van build, you will know that I am pretty good with money. I always have been. I have my parents to thank for that. They always taught me the value of money from I was quite a young age, and my dad always said never a borrower nor lender be, and that is a motto that I 100% believe in and still do believe in. So I live 100% debt free. I'm pretty good at living within my means, and I still get to enjoy all the things that life can offer by also being quite frugal. So I've watched a couple of these like van life budget videos before, and literally I've thought that the people are absolutely insane. Like there was one couple that I watched, and they're quite big van life YouTubers, and I was like, that is what you spend a month is actually insane, and I don't think it is a true depiction of what a standard average day life person would spend while living the van life. Definitely not in my case. I don't know about you guys. So this I think is more of a true to life budget, definitely on the smaller side. I don't have a huge budget, so for those of you like me who do not have massive amounts of money to spend like those other big van lifers or other big YouTubers, then this is the video for you. So I am a rigorous planner, as you guys may have known. Even since I was at uni, I did lots of uni videos. I basically approach budgeting and spending money the same way. If you guys would like a more in-depth budgeting, how to be good with money type video, what apps I use, what things I do, how I got my credit score to be so high, then let me know in the comments. I just don't know whether that's something that would be interesting. Finance stuff is interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to many other people. But in my other planner, yes, I have two. Don't ask me why I'm like this. I have for you guys a whole month of spending in the van, and this was pretty much every single penny. Now this was taken from our last month of our Europe trip. So I know most of you guys that are watching are from the US, and also a lot of you are from the UK. So what I have done is I basically done this budget out in the euros that we spent it in, but I've also converted it to show you guys what that is in pounds sterling and in the US dollar, because also I've watched a lot of these budgeting videos and it's always in one currency, and anyway I don't get quite a grasp of what the real spend is. So we have it in euros, and that's converted into pound sterling and US dollars. So let's just get stuck in, and I'll explain a bit about the end about how we live and why these costs are what they are. But I'm just going to tell you what they are first of all, rather than blathering on for ages. But before we get stuck into the video, as always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Head down to the subscribe button and hit the subscribe button as well. And if you hit the notification bell, you won't miss out on any future uploads. I have so much stuff coming out soon that I don't think you guys will want to miss. So it's like van life giveaways, stuff about meetups, stuff about how to live in like 13 different European countries, and how to keep your costs down while in those. So if you don't want to miss out on those, definitely hit the notification bell. So I have broken this down for you guys into, let me see, 12 categories, and they're pretty easy, pretty standard. You shouldn't be getting too confused about any of them. This is the monthly cost for us, for two people in the van life, and at the time, I'll just let you guys know, I don't think it'll make much of a difference, but we were around the south of France and into Spain, so most of it is from around there. So fuel is a little bit cheaper there than a lot of other places, so just bear that in mind, but not like a huge amount. To give you an example, in Italy it was like €1.05, in Spain it's about €1, so that'll give you an idea of that. So obviously if you live in a van, one of your spends you have to consider is laundry, and for us it was one of the least expensive. We normally do laundry once a month. I have plenty of clothes in these wardrobes to get me by, so we can just kind of pile it all up, stick it in our laundry bag, and then use one of the big machines at the laundromats. So total on laundry that we spent in a month is €8, and that converts to £6.81 or $8.91. The next category is travel. So that is if we left the van to get the bus in somewhere, if we didn't want to drive into a city, and we didn't do that an awful lot, as you will see. So in total on travel, so trains, buses, things like that, we only spent €9. Converted to pound sterling, that's £7.66, and converted to dollars, currently it is $10. So as you guys might have seen from the vlog where we got stuck in a blizzard and stuck in snow in Spain, I was not quite super prepared for snow. It's the one thing I didn't expect on our trip, so I did have to buy some clothes. So in the clothes category for that month, I spent €15, or that equates to £12.77. By the way, at the end, I will give you guys grand total to give you an idea. This is just the breakdown. Of course, if you're traveling in a vehicle, you have to insure and tax it. So for tax for the month, we spent about €26.83. So that's around £22.84 sterling and $29.90 US. And for insurance, it's quite expensive for us. For the two of us on the insurance, it is around €162.67. That is £138.49 or $181.25. So that is one of our biggest expenses. I think it's actually the third biggest expense that I can see from this list. Then we have, I like to get like little souvenirs in a lot of places. You guys might have seen in the vlogs me like buying my little magnets, and I don't go too mad. So on souvenirs, I would spend €27 a month average. That equates to £23 or $30 US. Now, I've also said to you guys towards the end of our trip, we started staying in campsites more and more. They were quite cheap, or not even campsites, sometimes like caravan spots, things like that. So we ended up in those spots like filling up our water, which means we didn't have to pay for it. We could empty our toilet, we could use a proper shower, etc, etc. Sometimes get some laundry done for pretty cheap. For campsites in 1 month, we spend €40. That is £34.06, which I think is incredible, or $44 US 57 cents. Again, like I said, we like to live quite frugally, and we tend to eat most of our meals in the van, but we do like to go out to eat. We did that a lot in Italy. We did it a good bit in Spain, I think like 4 or 5 times in the month that we were there. So in going out to eat, or eating out, well, we spend €65.44, which is £55.71 or $72.92. And next thing is, obviously we have both of our phones. Aaron has a phone plan, which is why this is a little bit more expensive. I don't. So the total for the phone and both the phone bills combined, this actually gave me 20 gigabytes of data, and because I actually used to work at a phone company, I also had 60 gigabytes extra data, which is crazy, and that was totally free. That's why I was able to upload quite a lot on the phone data. And then Aaron also has, I think, 20 gigabytes, so we had a total of 80 gigabytes of data, unlimited calls, unlimited texts, because we were in the EU. And for that we paid €75.80, which is £64.53. I was about to say cents, or in dollars, that's $84.46. Now, while I was traveling, we didn't have Pebbles with us. She has a lot of health issues, and I did consider getting a dog passport for her and bringing her with us, but I was just really concerned about her health issues and her not getting the right treatment and all that kind of thing. So Pebbles actually ended up staying with my mum and dad, who looked after her very well and treated her like the queen that she is. But I obviously still pay for the expenses of her per month while she's living at home. So I was still paying her health insurance, and I pay like a monthly bill with my vet that gets her like all the little things that she needs done. So that is quite high for us. If you don't have a dog, you could obviously cross this out. But for the dog insurance and dog bills and things like that, it is €96.43. That is £82.10 or $107.45. So again, you can kind of wipe that out if you don't have a dog, but that's how much I spend on Pebbles, and I would never not have insurance for her because she's way too important to me. Okay, and our second biggest expense is food, as you would expect. For a lot of people, this actually ends up being higher than fuel. For us, we don't buy a lot of pre-packaged stuff. We're obviously living in a van. We make a lot of stuff from scratch ourselves, and we would shop in cheap stores, which I'll tell you guys about in the videos where I'm talking about each individual country, but we always manage to shop cheaply. So for the two of us, for 1 month on food for the van, for 2 people, we spent €230.61. That's about £196.34. And in dollars, that's $256.96, which I think is pretty darn good for 2 people eating 3 square meals a day and eating pretty well at that. And it just shows you what you can save in life as well if you don't buy pre-packaged stuff like that. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive here in Northern Ireland for food, a little bit more in the UK, but not massively. You can still get by living quite cheaply. And then last but not least, the absolute stinger. Now, There's kind of two types of van lifers, isn't there? There's people who use it to just live in a home. They stay quite stagnant and don't move around a lot. We were traveling, so we were using the van to sightsee, to go places, to move. So nearly every day we were moving. In Spain, I think the longest we stayed on one spot was like 3 or 4 nights. So we're always on the go. So to put this in the context though, we drove around 1,700 miles, which is crazy in this month. So that equates to 2,735 kilometers. A lot of it was to do with the drive from the south of Spain back up to the north. So in fuel, this is our biggest expense. We spend 352 euros. That equates to about 300 pounds, and in dollars, $392.21. So that is high, but it's definitely not as high as I've seen others pay. Like I said, we were in Spain, so fuel was a little bit cheaper, so you can maybe add like 50 to 100 quid for that if you're traveling that same amount somewhere else. But like I said, we got a lot of miles out of that. So in total, a month of van living, food cost you, this is what it cost us. In euros, it cost us 1,108 euros 78 cents. That equates to around 944 pounds sterling, which also equates to around $1,235.45, which I think is pretty darn good. Like I said, I've seen people's monthly spend and they're absolutely crazy, but if you're from the UK, about £1,000 per month will let you live the van life quite freely, in that you can travel a lot. Obviously, if you want to cut that expense down even further, then you can obviously stay in one place a bit longer and not do as much driving as we do. We do quite a lot of driving in the van whenever we're out exploring. Now obviously it could potentially be more than that if you have trouble with your van and maintenance, and you do have to include those kind of things. But I think that gives you guys a good idea if you're wanting to live, travel, see, and not so much spend in the place that you're visiting, or just get to enjoy it and experience it, which is just how I live my life, to be honest. In general, I understand other people want to go here and buy loads of things and go there and buy loads of stuff. I'm just not that way inclined. I like to see, do, and I do like to actually go to big cities and see big cities, but for me, a lot of it is more in the nature and the little towns and the little spots that a lot of people don't get to see. So how we lived and travelled was basically I had savings. So I'd saved for the trip and our van was done. I'm about to do a van build video soon. I should have done this way sooner. But our entire van build, including the van, by the way, was about £2,500, which is so much cheaper than I have seen people do it for. And it has done me just fine. Like, we have got all those places through Europe. We have seen 14 different countries and it didn't really cost an awful lot. I see these people who do ridiculous van bills, and kudos to them. Like, if I had the money, maybe I'd do that, where they spend like 12 grand and just pack it all into the back of their van. I don't live beyond my means. I live quite frugally. I'm happy with the way that I live, and I don't feel like I need to spend extortionate amounts of money, because I think the freedom for me is more important than that. Let me know in the comment box what you guys think of that. Have you seen budgets that are crazy? Is your budget a lot more, a lot less? Do you think you could live in that kind of budget? Let me know, and let me know if this is helpful to you, and if you would like to see how I budget and finance and all that kind of thing. Just don't know if it's interesting enough to bring to YouTube, but you guys can tell me that. Thank you guys so much for watching again. If you made it this far in the video, hopefully you enjoyed it and it gave you a little bit more information on this kind of a life. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, to subscribe to my channel, and to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of those future uploads that I'm telling you about. There is a lot coming to my channel in 2020, and yeah, you guys don't want to miss that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next upload. Bye guys.
I'll raise a glass to you, and you'll raise a glass to me.